Yeah, now a very big name that looks like he's going to be kind of rumble on for the whole summer is Harry Kane. Of course, Real Madrid have just lost Karim Benzema, so they're obviously on the hunt for a striker. It looks like Spurs are looking for at least £100 million if they are going to sell Harry Kane. But obviously, with Daniel Levy, with his reputation, as we mentioned, kind of so damaged, do you think he's actually going to want to sell Harry Kane this summer, or will it be a case of maybe they'll see what happens over the next year or so until his contract expires? What do you think will happen?
Daniel Levy won't want to sell Harry Kane. I can tell you that for absolute certain. Daniel Levy never wants to sell Harry Kane. Even if he had a week to go on his contract, Daniel Levy wouldn't want to sell Harry Kane. I think it will boil down more to what Harry Kane wants to do this time. Obviously, he tried to, and I know this is a thorny issue with Tottenham fans, but he did try to engineer a move to Manchester City a couple of years ago, but he didn't really have any power in his hands because of his contract situation. If he were to try and engineer something this summer, he would have more power in his hands because of only having 1 year left. And I think it would force Daniel Levy and the club to think about it more than they had to think about it 2 years ago. I think Real Madrid potentially being interested presents a bit of a get out, because I really don't think Levy could stomach selling him to Manchester United and having him playing at another Premier League club. Real Madrid does provide a little bit of a get out from that perspective, and maybe, and you might tell me I'm wrong here, a little bit of a get out with the fans as well, that it'd be slightly easier to stomach to see Kane going to Real Madrid than it would Man United. I don't really know why Kane would go to. I don't know why you'd go to Man United, because I don't think you're guaranteed to win the league in the next 3 years at Man United.
Yep.
I mean, the FA Cup final, they only lost it by a goal, but the difference in class between them and Man City was absolutely enormous. I'm not having Man United down to win the league in the next 3 years. So I think if it's all about trophies, I actually think United's still a bit of a gamble from Kane's point of view, whereas I think Real Madrid, over 3 years, is a sure thing. You will win silverware at Real Madrid. It's all going to be down to Kane. And unlike 2 years ago, when he made it fairly publicly clear with his golf course interview with Gary Neville and various other bits and bobs what he wanted to do, he's kept it far quieter this year, which might be a good sign for Tottenham. My personal opinion is, if I was advising Harry Kane, which I'd love to be doing, by the way, I would tell him to do nothing. I would tell him to sit tight. Sit tight, see where it goes with Tottenham. If it doesn't go where you want it to go, you're 30 this time next year. You could go to any club you want to go to. Who knows how long Haaland will stay at Man City? You might suddenly have Man City as an option as a free transfer. Tottenham might take off from Postecoglou. They might win the FA Cup or something. You smile, but they might. You just don't know. I just don't know why he needs to jump now. He's got 1 year left. In 1 year, he literally have every single option available to him. This summer, if he wants to leave, he's got two, which is Man U, which I don't rate as a brilliant option, or he's got to move abroad.
What's staggering me, Matt, if I can ask you just quickly, on the Real Madrid interest, the fees that are being banded around from Madrid to pay him right now, to take him right now. I know obviously they've lost Benzema. I understand they need a replacement, but it sounds absolutely insane that in less than 6 months to a year, they can have him for free.
But they did it for Eden. They did it for Eden Hazard. They paid, I think it was 82 million for Eden Hazard with 1 year left on his contract, because I covered that transfer with my sort of Chelsea journalistic hat on.
Yeah.
And they paid it for Eden Hazard with 1 year left on his contract. So there is proof there that if they think they can get him, they will do it. I don't know what more to say, but I get what you're saying, but I just don't think Real Madrid necessarily think in those terms. They've proved time in the past that they are willing to put that money up regardless of the contract. And also Real Madrid, I've just gone through it myself. Real Madrid will know that, okay, they might be able to get him for free next summer. But if Harry Kane does sit tight and is available for free next summer, the competition they will have in terms of getting him will double, if not treble. Everyone will come in for him. Even if Haaland's still at Man City, I wouldn't be surprised if Man City had a go for him on a free transfer next summer.
before Jamie asked you about Harry Maguire, which is so excitement amongst Spurs fans, I joke by saying that. Just a final one on Kane, if I can, Matt. Hypothetically, as we've seen with Spurs, they brought Bale back from Real Madrid. Would there not be that element where they could say, look, Harry, go to Madrid for a couple of years, go and win your trophies, and then come back to Tottenham, finish your career here, and then go and achieve, of course, breaking that Premier League record in a Spurs shirt? Because I know many Spurs fans feel that although that's Harry's record, the Premier League record, it almost feels like a Spurs record as well, because he's achieved those milestones with Tottenham. Therefore, going to a Manchester United, or dare I even say Chelsea, that would
he wouldn't go to Chelsea. He wouldn't go to Chelsea.
Definitely.
I've stood in front of Kane and interviewed him so many times. His attachment and loyalty. I know people laugh about loyalty. He won't go. He wouldn't ever go to Chelsea.
Even with Maurizio there now, you don't think so?
No chance.
Well,
no chance for me.
I agree.
No
I'm
chance
not going to pressure any more on it.
He really does value that legacy. He really does value that legacy. What you just said, actually, you know, if you could write down a perfect scenario for Harry Kane, and in a way for Tottenham, because you get to have him back, it would be go and do 2 years at Real Madrid, win what you need to win, scratch that itch if you like, and then come back, get the record with us. Because Harry Kane, I'm telling you, is still underrated. Harry Kane's getting better with age. Yes. I mean, all the metrics are that Harry Kane's getting less injuries with age. His goal scoring record was better this season than it has been for many seasons. His overperformance on XG was better. He is getting better with age. I am convinced that, God willing, in terms of injuries, and he hasn't had a significant one now for 3 years, if injuries don't stop him, he can play at the top till 37, 38. I'm convinced of it.
Yeah, I can just say before Spurs fans batter me in the comments, I'm not saying that he can't come back to Spurs and win the FA Cup and win a league and win a Carabao Cup. But based on our record in the last 15 years, it looks very unlikely. But hey, Postecoglou might be the man, as Matt says. Jay, over to you.
Yeah, another Harry, obviously, who has been linked to arriving at Spurs this summer is Harry Maguire. Of course, you know, his time at Manchester United looks like it could be over. Spurs, I think, as you've reported, could be an option for him. I mean, how likely is this sort of transfer, and how strong is Spurs' interest? And if he was to arrive at the club, will we see some departures at centre back? Obviously, Eric Dyer, Davinson Sanchez. Do you think we'll see some departures if he does go?
Well, I'll start with that because, like I said a minute ago, the two priorities at the moment are keeper and centre back. So I'm pretty confident you're going to see some departures. It's funny because a little while ago there was a lot of talk about Longley being signed, but I think currently there's a good chance Longley will go back and won't get signed. There was also talk of an Eric Dyer contract.